Hello Cancer, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order for you to move forward in alignment with your higher self to ultimately create the life that you deserve and desire. As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second, but I still have a tarot deck I'll be pulling from, as well as the confirmation deck and the advice deck I will be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Cancer, let's jump in. In your recent past, you have cut your losses with the Five of Wands in reverse. So your recent past was maybe dealing with kind of letting go of things that weren't working, maybe putting a lot of energy into certain people or certain situations, but not really seeing it grow or evolve or become what it is that you desire and deserve, and getting to a point where you're kind of like, I can't really do this anymore. Now, it's interesting with the Five of Wands in reverse because that is an energy of like releasing things that are resisting your abundance, releasing things that are resisting you from love, from growth, from the things that you do ultimately desire. So sometimes it's interesting how we put so much energy into certain people or certain paths, trying to, force them to become what it is that we deserve and desire, when in reality, we're actually blocking our own abundance through that path. Now, we need to take all the paths that we take. So I'm not saying you've made a mistake or you've done anything wrong or you've missed an opportunity. In fact, I feel like you learned a lot from this, and what you learned feels like it is what has prepared you for where you're going. Because your current energy, you have beginnings with the Seven of Wands. You're very much showing up in a powerful energy right now. I feel like you're stepping into a new beginning in your life, maybe figuratively, maybe literally. You could be starting a new job or entering a new phase, but also just like you have a new energy about you. I feel like you're maybe setting boundaries more than you have. You're, approaching your life from a different perspective. And that is actually this energy that you're stepping into is a result of what you've been through. Sometimes we have to go through things to learn what we need to change in order to move forward in a better way. And I feel like that's what you're doing. So it's a very positive energy that you're dealing with right now, and it's only going to lead to good things, because then in your immediate future, you have abundance with the Wheel of Fortune. So the more that you show up with the energy of abundance, the more you start to create that abundance. And I feel like that's what you're kind of doing for yourself here, which then the wheel starts to turn in your favor. The overall theme for the reading is power of prayer. It says, give the situation to God, the universe, spirit, your higher self, whatever resonates with you, for uplifting and healing, and to be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance given to you in response to your prayers. So I feel like what this is very much a message that you are not alone in this journey, in this process. You are very supported divinely. You're very guided divinely. And the more that you lean on that while also showing up for yourself, our co-creation process with the universe, manifestation, is about doing what you can for yourself, right? Showing up in the best way that you know how for yourself, and then believing that the universe is kind of taking care of the rest, which I feel like you're showing up for yourself now, and then I feel like you're going to start to see the universe show up for you. So it's good. I think this is a very positive reading, but let's jump into the story. Let's see what you're dealing with here, Cancer. Let's start with your recent past. Cut your losses with the Five of Wands in reverse. This is for Cancer's recent past. Okay. You had certain expectations in your past. Maybe about a person, about a path, about something in general. Certain expectations about, where you were headed and how things were going to turn out. And those expectations were not fulfilled. And I feel like sometimes when we set our mind on certain expectations or certain paths and those things don't work out, we have a tendency to get it in our head that things aren't working out at all, when in reality they might just not be working out the way that you thought they were going to. And I very much feel that is the vibe of this reading. Things didn't work out the way that you thought, but that's why you have this like cut your losses card, as the universe is almost like, what is meant for you will not pass you. What hasn't worked is no indication of what you can experience. And sometimes, we have to experience things not working out the way that we thought we wanted to actually experience them working out in a way that's better for us. And so I talk about this a lot on my channel, how, learning to trust the universe is learning to kind of like let go and flow with the process of life. And there are going to be times where it feels like things aren't working out. And there are going to be times where we feel like, we're on top of the world. But everything, if we are capable of looking at it through this lens, everything is always happening for us if we are willing to learn the lesson associated with the experience. So don't think things worked out as you expected, but I do feel as if better things are coming. So it's good. Again, this is a very positive, there's a very positive aspect to this reading. All right, more for Cancer's recent past. We could also have unrealistic expectations of ourselves, too. Ooh, I like this. There's a Seven of Wands, which is kind of this Seven of Wands energy you have right now, the Six of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. So definitely experiencing loss here in your recent past, but this loss that you went through is what has led to the Seven of Wands energy. Because I don't know if you would have stepped into kind of this new beginning, new phase, new energy that you're in if you hadn't have gone through this, which I did mention at the beginning. So I actually feel, and please don't get mad at me for saying this, this very much might not resonate with you, this message might not be for everyone, but what you went through in your past and the healing and the growth and the lessons might actually have been a blessing in disguise, and things might actually be turning out better than you can even imagine. But sometimes it's so hard to believe that when we're in the middle of it, right? When you're in the middle of going through it, the last thing you want to hear is, this is happening for you, because you're like, no, this sucks, So, if you're in that phase right now, because, depending on where you watch this reading, you could be here, you could be here, you could be here, just, but if you're going through it right now, don't think that this is me saying, just be positive, everything's working out. This is me saying, yeah, situations might suck and you might feel like things aren't working out, and you can, feel everything you need to feel in association with that. But, in the back of your mind, try to hold on to this belief that maybe they're working out better than you even, might be able to understand. If there's anything I've experienced in my life, it's that every time I've experienced a loss, it has always been replaced by something better. Anytime that something that I thought I wanted didn't work out, it's always because there was a better path for me. I will say the only reason I feel like I've been able to pivot that way is because of adopting that belief that everything is happening for me, not to me, because our life is always going to be a reflection of what we believe and what we see. So that's why I said, if you choose to see things through the lens of everything is happening for me and not to me, typically that's what you're going to be able to experience. All right, one more. What does Cancer need to know regarding their recent past? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm actually very, very proud of you guys right now. If this is your reading, you have the Magician at the Hangman and the Moon. It feels like, kind of what you've been going through, and then the Nine of Swords. It sparked a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety in you. Change is scary, loss is scary. It's hard to navigate those experiences in life, but if there's anything that's certain, it's going to be uncertainty, right? I really feel like this is an energy of kind of like taking life. What does it take? Taking the bull by the horns, taking life into your own hands and kind of, like facing it. we as humans have a tendency to really run from our fear and to avoid it at absolutely all costs. And sometimes maybe we have to do that to learn that it doesn't ever really get us anywhere. And maybe that's what you were experiencing. But, with the Hangman and the Magician, this kind of feels like this period of your life, it pushed you to let go. Maybe you were trying to control, you were trying to force, you were trying to change people or manipulate outcomes by, trying to prove your worth or prove your value or overextend yourself. And it feels like you got to a point where you're like, this isn't working. And it's almost like the universe forced you to just to let go and just say, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, but I just know that this isn't it. And I'm proud of you because I feel like you kind of went with that. And that is why I feel you're creating so much good here. Because there's a Magician. So this actually led you to being able to create what it is that you ultimately are wanting. It kind of feels like the universe forced you to get out of your own way, is what it feels like. Which is always a good thing. But it's hard because in order to get out of our own way, we have to be willing to be honest with ourselves about how we are in our own way. But, all right, current energy for Cancer. What does Cancer need to know about their current energy? I've been getting this King of Wands a lot in my readings this week, and I like it because it really is a very it's a confident, powerful, action-oriented kind of energy. And so the King of Wands and the Emperor, if you're watching this for a love reading, your first thought might be, oh no, that's a person, that's another person. I encourage you to try to look at this from the perspective of what this energy is reflecting in you, because that is going to take you a million times further in life than worrying about other people. And I say that because I very much feel like this is a time in your life, Cancer, and what I've kind of been talking about here, to take your freaking power back. I feel like you've been in situations where people have taken your power. You've been in a lot of places where you felt powerless, or where you felt you didn't have any control, or where you were waiting for people to value you or see you or hear you or love you. And I feel like now at this period and phase in your life, it's a time to say, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not waiting on other people. I'm not waiting on the world. I am taking my life into my own hands, and I'm going to freaking create the life that I deserve and desire. And that is such a powerful energy to step into when you say it is no longer other people's choice or decision, or they have no more control over what I get to experience. And when you take your power away from other people like that, you really truly start to create miracles in your life. And I feel, with this King of Wands and this Emperor energy, this is very much this energy of stepping into your power, stepping into being for yourself what maybe you were looking for other people to be for you. And I absolutely freaking love it. I love this energy for you. And if this is something that you're struggling with right now, just keep trying to put one foot in front of the other toward that energy, and you're going to achieve it because it's here for you. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like you're feeling good right now, Cancer, though. I feel like you're feeling confident. If not, you have access to that energy, because you might still be coming in it, right? You could still kind of be struggling with where you've been and navigating toward this new beginning here. But okay, let's get more current energy for Cancer. I want you to take these readings as it resonates. It's easy to always, other people in our life are always a reflection of us too. So looking at what we have control over is always the goal. Current energy for Cancer. Ooh, okay. King of Swords in reverse. Devil in reverse. You're still doubting. Okay, you're still doubting because things aren't where you want them to be. Okay, so you are feeling good, you're feeling confident, but there is still that doubt. I feel like you're kind of at this place where you're taking your power back, trying to step into more confidence, but there's still this part of you that's I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to get there. I don't know if I'm ever going to create what it is that I deserve and desire. I've put so much energy into this and that fell apart. I wasn't good enough for this, or I wasn't good enough for that. And that's so normal. If you are not experiencing doubt, if you're not doubting yourself, if you're not doubting your path, you're probably not, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone enough. The doubt that we experience is so wildly normal. I experience it there are literally some days, and I am not kidding, but there are some days where I wake up and I go, I don't even know if I know how to read tarot, even though there is so much evidence in my past and on this channel and readings that I've done for other people that I know what I'm doing and I'm helping people in this process. There are still days that I wake up and I just feel like I don't know what I am doing, and that is so natural. I've learned in part of the process, and the most important thing, Cancer, is don't let that doubt in yourself or that doubt in your experience or not being where you want to be keep you from playing the game, keep you from moving forward, keep you from believing and taking action from that place. Because, the devil in reverse is kind of an energy of working through bad habits of self-sabotage, habits of, allowing your self-doubt to control you. And to do that, you're gonna have to face it. And so you're facing it, you're working through it. If you are experiencing that right now, if you're at a phase in your life where you're like, nothing that I seem to do matters, and I put all of this energy in and I never get anything at all, just know that right there is part of the process. If you are experiencing failure or lack or loss, it does not mean that you are not going to get to where you're trying to go. It means that you are still on the journey to getting there, and that is what this is about. You are on a freaking journey, Cancer. So if you're doubting yourself, if you're doubting your path, if you're doubting the process, that's natural and that's normal. Experience it, feel it, work through it, but don't allow it to dictate what you do next. That's the key. Creating the life that we truly deserve and desire, it takes unwavering commitment to believing that we can, that we're supported, that we're capable, and that we're deserving. It all stems from the fact that you are deserving, and that's why you have this power of prayer card right here. Is the universe is saying, give it to us. Give it to your spiritual team, give it over, and trust that they're going to guide you through whatever experience that you are having right now that is causing you to doubt. Doubt is so normal. I think that we see, especially dealing with people who are in like the wellness and the healing and the spiritual space, it's think positively and you manifest miracles and all this, which is absolutely true. But it can sometimes seem as if those people never struggle with doubting themselves or doubting the universe, when in reality, doubt is literally part of the process. Like, if you are not doubting, you are not manifesting. And I'm not sitting here saying like, I don't know. What I'm trying to get at is, sometimes when we're doubting ourselves the most, we're facing our limiting beliefs the hardest. And that's part of the process. So you're in the middle of a journey. If you're not where you want to be, do not think that is any indication that you're not getting to where you want to go, as long as you continue to show up in this energy that you're trying to show up in. Because I like it. I really like the energy you're showing up with. You might be frustrated that things aren't where you want them to be, but I do very much believe that you're closer than you've ever been. All right, current energy for Cancer. Okay, it's the past that's making you doubt. The Six of Cups with the Four of Cups in reverse. How things have happened has you doubting how things can be, which again, super normal. We are so, when we've experienced a certain amount of lack and a certain amount of loss and a certain amount of survival mode and trauma, that to a certain degree starts to become what we are the most comfortable with. We are more comfortable in chaos and suffering and lack and limiting beliefs than we are living the life that we deserve and desire. We prefer, as human beings, we actually prefer a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven. And the reason for that being, your ego, not to be demonized, is literally there to keep you alive, and it wants what it knows it can survive. So your ego prefers where you've been, it prefers what you've experienced, it prefers what you're used to, because it knows in those periods of your life, it knows, yeah, this sucks, but I know I can get through it. When it is experiencing, believing that you are capable of more and standing up for that and acting from from that place, your ego is going to go, I don't know how the hell to handle this. And it's going to sit there and it's going to spin fears all day long trying to get you to pull back to safety. So because where you've been, and I always feel like it's obviously going to be very dependent on your own experience, how you get to the point of fully believing this, but where you've been, what you've experienced, the pain, the trauma, the suffering, the things not working out, absolutely none of that matters when it comes to what you can achieve. Now, a lot of that might actually be preparation. It might be the lessons, and it might push you to grow, and it might cause you to need to go inward and work through some things in order to become the person you need to be to achieve what you want. But it is no indication or limitation to what you can experience. I know for me, I went through a period of my life where in my mid-20s, I looked back at my life and I realized I had only ever experienced failed relationships and friendships and romantic relationships, and I had a lot of healing and a lot of work to do to figure out, the role that I played in that. But in my mind, for the longest time, I thought that I was never going to be capable of sustaining a healthy long-term relationship because what I had been through and what I had experienced, and it actually kept me in unhealthy relationships because I to a certain extent was sabotaging and pushing people away and chasing, and again, I had a lot of my own stuff going on, but it really taught me that where we've been is no indication of where we can go. It usually is actually preparation for where we're going. And that's what this kind of feels like. It feels like what you've kind of been through here and what you experienced. It feels like it was a lot of preparing you for where you can go now, and believing that you are supported and guided and loved throughout this process. Because the more that you tap into that, the more that you're going to feel that support. We often want the universe to support us so we can believe in it, but the universe can only show up for us to the extent that we believe it will. So kind of a catch-22. All right. What can Cancer expect in their immediate future should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? I do really feel like you're closer than you've ever been to what it is you're wanting, what it is that you desire. What can Cancer expect in their immediate future should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? Ooh, what are all these kings? I mean, I feel like, okay, hang on. Oh, whoa, okay. The Four of Cups, King of Cups in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, Four of Cups, Ace of Wands. Okay. Wow. This is powerful. Okay. So, and I've talked about this a lot on my channel, and I will continue to talk about this a lot. 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions stem from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way that we interact with our reality is actually conscious decision making. When you break it down, the majority of the decisions that we make, what we're attracted to, what we choose to pursue in our life is a product of what we've come to believe about ourselves, and ultimately what other people have taught us about ourselves. So what your parents have taught you about yourself, what other friendships and relationships and other people that you have interacted with have taught you about yourself, such as you are unlovable, you are undeserving, you are not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not attractive enough, you're not, all of these limiting beliefs that you've attained about yourself because of people that you've that you looked to love you and then showed you something different. And I feel like we're talking about specific people here. What this process is doing, Cancer, and why I think this is such a powerful time in your life is with where you're at right now, you're breaking out of these beliefs that you have acquired about yourself because of what other people have determined that you were. how other people have limited you, how other people have, what other people have told you that you are through their actions or their words. And because you're breaking out of that, this action that you're stepping into, this energy that you're stepping into, is very much this energy of like, I now determine who I am and what I'm capable of and where I can go in this life. Not them, not my parents, not the people who should have loved me but didn't know how, not the people that, took away my power. None of those people get to determine anymore where I'm going, who I am, and what I can do. And that, I want to cry for you. That is so insanely powerful. And it's almost like, so you're in the process of doing that right now, right? That's why you still have doubts. You are still, not allowing, I don't want to say like you're doing it on purpose, but you're still experiencing these doubts and these limiting ideas that you have about yourself that have been placed on you by other people, society, whatever the case is. And as you continue to break out of that, when you break down the law of attraction, you have your thoughts become your beliefs, become your actions, become your reality, right? So you're working on the beliefs phase. You're breaking out of these beliefs that have been imposed on you and replacing them with more unlimiting beliefs and more basically in alignment with who you truly are instead of who other people have decided that you are. And then what comes next? Thoughts, beliefs, action. So then you start taking action from this place of knowing that you're capable, knowing you're loving, knowing that you're lovable, knowing that you're deserving. And that is what starts to create, it almost feels like this domino effect for you, in the sense that the more that you step into that powerful energy, the more action you take from the place of confidence and believing in yourself, it's is another domino that falls. It's like a slow motion domino effect. Every step you take, every time that you choose to believe in yourself over the doubt that others have placed on you, it's like you take one more domino falls. And so you're doing it. I mean, you're doing the damn thing. And the more that it's basically like this very much feels like this energy of keep doing what you're doing. Keep heading down this path. Keep choosing yourself. Keep believing in who you are. And you're going to get there. What Cancer needs to know regarding their immediate future. It's like these this energy you're stepping into, it creates really powerful opportunities for you. Okay, there we go. There's the Chariot, there's the Temperance, there's the Seven of Wands. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so obviously this is forward movement, right? I mean, yes, Chariot, Cancer energy, so you're showing up here, but you also have the Temperance. So one of the things that you need to remember is that manifestation, co-creation, it takes time. It is, so many people think that manifestation is just like this one-time event where all of a sudden your life drastically changes overnight and you wake up and you have everything you ever wanted. That's not how it works. Creating the life that you deserve and desire in all forms is showing up for it every single day, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you don't want to. And it's doing the hard stuff when it's easier to do the easy stuff. And I feel like that's what you're doing. I'm not going to lie. I feel like that's what you're doing. But, we never... I always kind of relate it to, just because this is how it's really been portrayed to me in my own spiritual journey, to a fitness journey. You can't work out for 3 weeks and see these results that you've been waiting to see, your whole life, if you've only been, doing it for 3 weeks. And take this with a grain of salt. You might be like, oh, but I've been doing this for 3 years, or whatever the case is. But what I'm getting at is it's about showing up consistently in the right way for yourself over a period of time. And basically, this is why I still get this energy of keep doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is working, even if it doesn't feel like it, because it's taking time. And the more that we face doubt, every time you face a period of doubt or a period of not experiencing the life that you desire. That moment that you choose to keep moving forward and keep believing in yourself, you have created a miracle for yourself. That's where you manifest. You don't manifest in the affirmations or in the vision boards or in the moments of prayer, okay? Those things are wonderful. They're tools and they're there for you. But you manifest when you're facing the doubt, when you're facing the uncomfortable situations, when you're facing the moments in your life where you feel like it's not happening and you choose to keep going. That's where you manifest. That's where you create. That's where you create miracles. All right. What does Cancer need to know about their immediate future should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? Cancer, I am absolutely loving this reading for you. It's getting me really excited for you guys because, I don't know, you deserve it. Everyone deserves it. I want everyone on my channel to get to experience this energy. You have the Empress and the Six of Pentacles. Look at this. The more you choose yourself, the more you receive. That's what the universe is saying. The more you choose yourself, the more you receive. The more you give, you pour into yourself, the more that you're setting boundaries, the more that you're choosing to believe that more is possible, the more that you're walking away from what doesn't serve you. The more you choose yourself, the more you open yourself up to receive. And this is the energy that you're stepping into, because we had the Emperor right here, right? Finding this balance between the Empress and the Emperor is truly coming into union with yourself. It's where you are able to you're giving the right amount of energy in faith towards what it is that you deserve and desire, while equally being open to support and receiving what it is that you deserve and desire. It's a balance of self. And so that feels like what this is talking about. The Six of Pentacles, it's balance, it's reciprocation, and I feel like it's going to pay off. What you're going through what you're doing is going to pay off. Keep showing up for yourself, keep choosing yourself, it's going to pay off. And I feel like even more than you can imagine. So face the doubt, experience it. There's no way around it. Sit with it, let it freak you out, but don't choose to believe it. Don't choose to let it have the power to decide your next move. All right, Cancer, thank you so much, as always, for your support of my channel. I'm going to hop on over to the extended, where I am going to look at what you can do right now to ensure that you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self. But first, I have an announcement to make. I posted a video on this last week, but I'll be talking about it at the end of all of my videos for the next month, basically until this event, which on April 5th, at 6 p.m. Central Time, I'm putting on a workshop on how to attract the love that you deserve and desire, and deserve. It is a live event that is taking place over Zoom. However, if you cannot make the live event, there will be a recording available that will go out to everyone who purchases a ticket the next day. Tickets are required. It's not over YouTube. Like I said, it is over Zoom. And the only thing you would miss out on if you can't attend the live event is I am doing a Q&A, 15 to 20 minute Q&A session at the very end. Obviously, if you cannot attend the live event, you won't be able to ask a question, but you'll still receive the recording of the questions that people asked and the answers following those. So any information for that is at the top of the description box below. If you have any questions at all, feel free to shoot me an email. My email is always in the description box below as well. Otherwise, thank you again, Cancer, for your support of my channel. I obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Cancer.